It's a big week for markets coming up with the FOMC meeting later this week with the Scottish referendum, and we get closer to what may be the world's biggest ever IPO, that of Alibaba. Joining me to discuss is Van-Petersen from Saxo Capital Markets. Thanks for joining us. The FOMC later this week, we're not expecting much, are we? Maybe a change in tone?
No rate decision I think will come through, but definitely given kind of the last meeting before and the kind of rash of very good data we've been having out of the U.S., it really seems like the economy is growing and increasing in velocity at least. I think the market's really looking for more forward guidance on how they're going to hike rates. Pretty soon we're going to have tapering coming off, and it's really going to be a question about when they're going to hike and what the speed is. So a change of language.
I mean, the big sort of US story for markets, at least recently, has been the dollar rally, perhaps most notably against the yen. We've recently gone through 106, 107. Where are we going from here?
Last week, that was actually one of our key calls when we saw it on 2 Fridays ago at the 105 level, which was very key. And basically what we feel is at that time that what had been the resistance level, we feel now is now the support, and the range should be 110, 105, and 110 is really the next level to test, and we're bullish on dollar yen.
I mean, does that do you see it as a vote of confidence in Abenomics, or expectations that there'll be further QE in Japan, or is it simply dollar strength?
I think that's hard to decipher. It's probably, I'd say, a mixture of dollar strength and also the FOMC meeting coming up, and also potential QE easing in Japan potentially next year.
The other big currency story that people have been mulling over is the pound. Sterling has taken a beating as the polls have shown potential for a Scottish exit from the UK. We've got the referendum coming up on Thursday. What do you think investors are best placed doing when it comes to the pound?
I think on sterling, my background as a trader is, something here is wrong. 2 weeks ago we had volatility spike up 50% on sterling dollar. And I think it's going to be an opportunity to go long, but I would wait for first the vote to come through, see what it's doing, whether it's sterling dollar or euro sterling. But I think when we look back 6 months from now, this will be a great opportunity to potentially go long. It's obviously very, very new and fluid what's going on at the moment. But
the other big thing people are waiting for is Alibaba, $160 billion, maybe even more. What do you think of the company?
If we gave the smartest people in the world $160 billion, they couldn't replicate this business. There's not another China out there. There's not another kind of entrenchment in the business model they have. It's just one of a kind and a great opportunity, I think, to get into.
So you like the company. The IPO, especially with tech companies, can go slightly the wrong way, as Facebook found out. What do you think is going to happen there?
It's a good point. On Facebook I won't comment too much, but there was also obviously some technical trading issues on that day. They've come out with the 60 to 66 price range. They're obviously marketing right now. They will price on Thursday. It should list and start trading on Friday. I think it will price in the upper range. I wouldn't even be surprised if it gets priced above that. I think it's going to be very, very well received, and I think if you have a medium to long-term horizon, you could do exceptionally well in this company. Just for some context, when Google came out, there was a lot of headwinds against it, too expensive, didn't really fully understand the model, and a little bit more than 10 years later, you'd have made 14 times your money, which is around 30% annualized. So I really think that Alibaba is something that everyone should have on their radar.
If you can get into it, of course.
That's a very valid point, and you'll probably get 0.001% allocation, but then you'll just have to buy it on the market once it trades. So.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us.
Glad to be here, Josh. Thank you.